You ever got your hands dirty playing in the soil, putting in some seeds in the ground, growing some vegetables? Well, it's coming up next. I can show you how to be able to get it started during the late winter, early spring. Coming up next. I think I already said that. Gardening, boring subject. But if you are really into survivalism and you're worried about the SHTF stuff happening, gardening is going to be one of those many things that people need to look into. It's not one of the more exciting things. It's not guns, gadgets, fast cars, making bombs, killing zombies, all those other things. But it is some of the more critical things that you're going to be able to need, and the more boring things, obviously. If you like playing in dirt and playing with seeds, which a lot of people don't, that's the kind of thing you're going to need to be able to survive. In the rest of this video, I'm going to plant about 35 to 40 seeds, and that's going to be enough seeds put in the ground that it will be able to feed me and my partner for the rest of the year if I do it right, can it, and don't lose anything. So yes, it's not as exciting as some of these other things that you have out on video, but it is something that is going to be very critical in the end. One of the people that I follow is Canadian Prepper, and Nate, he brought up a good subject just a couple of days ago that I saw on video. He's talking about how that you have these exciting videos that people want to be able to watch, and then the boring videos that people don't really want to be able to watch because it doesn't get the adrenaline up. It doesn't make the apocalypse seem exciting. It seems mundane and boring. But gardening, basic medical and first aid, how to purify water, all these things are going to be needed, and yet they're the kind of things that people are not excited about watching. Hopefully we'll be able to get people to where they're watching these kind of videos and be more educated. And even though I have less than 10 followers, subscribers, not followers, subscribers, I don't think I can push a lot to Canadian Prepper, but I will end up putting something up so that you can be able to get to him if you don't know who he is, somewhere in this area, or at the very end of the video I'll put a link up so that you can go to Canadian Prepper and see some of the things, because he's got a lot of things that are very innovative. Don't agree with everything he says, but he's very intelligent and he passes good information on. So anyway, on with my video, all 5 of you guys or 10 of you guys, whoever's watching. So thanks. All right, so what we're going to do, take some heirloom seeds and some seeds that I had from last year. This is okra that I had set up to be able to reuse instead of having to use some of the heirloom seeds in the packets. Okay, so what this is, plastic tray that you buy from Walmart, any gardening center, to where you put the little pellets in each one of the little holes. You put a seed on it, you put water in, the pellets swell, and the seed is put inside of each one of these little soil packets. All it is just basically compacted soil. And the moisture is removed, as soon as you add water, boom, it turns into a pellet, about half the size of the palm of your hand, or a third of the size of the palm of your hand. So I reuse this, put in some good topsoil, some good gardening soil. You can see that it has some organic matter inside of it. This ain't the most expensive, but it doesn't have to be the most expensive for it to be able to work. You can come up here and spend $100 on a couple of bags of Miracle-Gro, or you can just use soil that God put out there. We can get into the composting side of things soon, so that I can show you how to compost it. All right, so like I said, I use heirloom seeds. These are type of heirloom seeds. Hopefully I'm right putting this right side up so you can read it. And I vacuum seal them, keep them in a dark place so that I don't have to worry about them germinating or getting any kind of problems. I also have these seed vault things here that you can put away and not worry about it. They'll just be put away. Now last year, well 2 years ago, this is the third year. This will be the third year on this okra. So I got okra and I got tomatoes that I took the seeds off of, a few of them, and this is enough to be able to make probably 30 plants. I got this off just 2 okra pods. So if you want to have something that will continuously give you good seeds, always go with heirloom seeds. And the other thing about seeds is you have to keep them away from moisture. You have to keep them away from sunlight. Put them away someplace where they're not going to be bothered. I keep these inside of a desk cabinet and inside of a double bag. Real simple for you to be able to, anytime you plant any seeds, these are very small seeds. Okra seeds are very small. Some seeds come a lot smaller than this, but because of the size of it, it doesn't go very deep into the ground. You plant these seeds normally about 3 times their width or thickness into the ground. So if you got butter bean seeds that are this big, you're going to need to plant them about that deep in the ground. But whenever it comes to this okra, it barely goes below. Right here, so I put that one, just make a little bitty hole, put the seed down inside the hole, make sure you cover it up. Now I have put some water on this one already. This is a grow lamp bulb. As you can see, it has different colored LEDs on it because this one tries to get as close to daylight as possible. What I'll do for this size, which is about 24 inches by 10 inches, I'll end up taking 2 of these, putting each one, and we'll start off with them only being 3 inches or so above the soil. And then after that, we'll raise it up a little bit at a time as the plants start growing. Once the plants get to the point where they are probably 3 inches high to 5 inches high, that's the time to be able to cut them away from here, take them outside, and plant them out in the soil. Now, a lot of times if you do that without actually acclimating the plants to the change in the weather, because it's 68, 72 degrees inside of a house, you'll end up having a problem where the plant will not take. It'll end up dying because it feels that there was a system shock to it. So taking them out, getting them used to it, bringing them back in at night, do that for a couple of days is the best way to be able to do it. And what you do when you test them for soil, the simplest way to do it, take your finger, stick it in there. If it comes up and you have soil that sticks to your finger, then it's wet. And you don't have to worry about that. That's even for indoor house plants. Stick your finger in about ½ inch or so down in the soil and see if it sticks to your finger. If it doesn't, if it's completely dry and it doesn't stick to it, then you need to water them. It's mid-March here in the southeast. Should be able to get the plants out of the starter set and put into the ground sometime in early April. Get a head start on it. Other parts of the country be a little bit later than that. Maybe down in Florida you can start a little bit earlier. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything, make some comments. If there's some things that you see that need to be done differently, thumbs up, subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. See you on the next video.